Dragon Ball Daima Episode 3 just premiered today, and we finally get to see Kid Goku in combat as he goes to the third demon world with his friends Shin and Glorio, and he gets to beat up a whole bunch of demons, monsters, whatever you want to call them. These guys are incredibly weak. However, the third demon realm is surrounded by some sort of gas that makes everything heavy and slow. It's basically like an advanced gravity chamber. So Goku, it takes him about the whole episode, but by the end, he has regained his ability to use his little body, manage the distance in between his attacks, and he just starts going ham and like beating everyone up while he's downing these hamburgers. We also finally got to see Glorio in action, and I gotta say, he was pretty cool. I honestly, I think it was my favorite part about this whole episode was Glorio. He reminds me a lot of Miris, kind of like, seems like a powerful angel guy with martial arts and a gun. I don't think he is a Kai. He actually, his species does get a name in this episode, so we're gonna go over that in just a little bit. Let's start from the very beginning. So as we saw at the end of episode 2, Goku leaves with Glorio and Shin as they go on their quest to join the demon realm. And it turns out this super fast spaceship that they're on is powered by magic power. And that's important because as we see later, there's a good chance that Goku and company are going to be stuck in the demon realm. And if you need some sort of magic power to operate this spaceship, Goku won't be able to do it alone. So just keep that in mind for the future. Now, Shin tells Goku that they're going to warp Sama. This is the giant fish that we saw in the previous episodes, the one that is a transit point between the demon realm and the outside world. And you have to kind of have a passcode and you have to have approval before you can go into this giant fish. Goku kind of makes a fool out of himself, almost not even getting accepted to go into the demon realm by being rude to this goldfish, but they are able to get inside. But before we go into the demon realm, they dropped a whole bunch of lore and like really important new information. Like there is many of these warp fish around the universe. We also learned that Glorio was asked to come get Shin from the third demon world king, and we'll learn a little bit about him as well. We learned that Goma, well, kind of knew this, he's crafty and he has amazing power like Babidi, but he's really not that strong, not yet. We found a new planet in the universe of Universe 7, planet Batapi, and that is where the closest warp fish is. So get to explore Universe 7 a little bit more as well. Shin tells us that he has to relay where they're going and all this information to Kibito, and he starts to do it, but as they get sucked into the demon realm, he doesn't have an opportunity to tell Kibito the passcode, meaning that Kibito won't be able to come rescue them, and they very well are probably going to get stuck in the demon realm. Now, the big warp fish wants to make sure that they're all demons, so he sees that Glorio and Shin have pointy ears, but Goku doesn't, so Shin gives him these big pointy ears. This picture is just hysterical. Like, I kind of wish Goku just had it while he's in the demon realm just to be different. So now we go into this kind of limbo where it's an in-between dimension between the demon worlds and the regular universes. And in this place, you can see these openings to the three demon worlds, but you have to have approval or some sort of access to be able to go into one. And Glorio, I guess he can only really get into World 3, and that is where he is taking them. There you see statues of the old Demon King Dabra and lots of beautiful landscapes and just a nice artistic design. I don't know if any of you guys caught this, but the fish literally poops them out of his bumhole. Even has a sound effect for it and everything. So they get into the demon world, the third demon world, and they see this giant hole with this like light seal on it. And this hole will actually take you to the second demon world. And as it's explained long ago, demons could freely go between worlds, but they no longer are allowed to. And I think that this shield of light covering it, whoever made that, there's somebody strong who made it, but they will be going in that hole later in order to transfer to the other worlds, and I'm sure there's a hole there that can take them to the first demon world as well. I was inspired by today's episode, so I drew Kid Goku on the new Link Studio S1 drawing tablet powered by Wacom. This all-in-one computer and tablet allows you to draw and animate anywhere. It's a touchscreen, which is cool because you can use it to modify your canvas, which is helpful. However, when you rest your hand on the screen to draw, sometimes it registers your hand as the pen, and and that can cause problems. It's solid and well built, but the macro key buttons are not very clicky. I didn't really like them. However, it comes with a beautiful and incredibly well built keyboard, which I did like, and you can use that for your macros. Overall, I'd say the computer is best for an artist that likes to move around, answer emails, and watch videos, like a college student or a teenager. You're not going to be able to game on this thing. It just has an integrated Intel graphics card. It'll make a great Christmas gift, but if you're making a home studio, I highly recommend you get a big screen, heavy duty graphics tablet for your workstation. Shin is a little bit suspicious of Glorio. He admits that he works in the first demon world under the king named Kadan, but he won't say what kind of work he does. He just says this and that. So it's giving us a little bit of suspicious, Glorio's a little bit sus. But they land on the planet and Goku recognizes immediately that the air is extremely heavy. It's hard to move. And that's because it is surrounded or encompassed by this like demon gas, and this gas makes the air heavy. It's even tough on machines like the spaceship, so like Glorio has to fly really slow. Shin tells us that this is his first time in the third demon world, and Glorio tells us that his kind is named a Glind. So I don't know what that is yet, but the Glind used to live in the second demon world. Hopefully we'll learn more about these Glind. Are they like half Kai? Are they pure demon? Like what exactly are they? Goku almost falls into this abyss, and Glorio says if you fall into this abyss, you will perish instantly. And I'm wondering like what exactly is this abyss? I'm sure this is gonna be played on later on in the series. Maybe they'll have to beat an invincible enemy by sending him to the abyss, but I wonder what would happen. Like, is this similar to if you die while you have a halo, like while you're already dead? Are you erased from existence? Is it similar to that? I guess we'll find out in a few episodes. Now Goku and company get attacked by these bandits, so this is the first bit of combat we're gonna have here in the demon world. These guys are really weak and they suck, and basically Goku and Glorio just beat them in seconds. So they jump back in their spaceship and Glorio says he's gonna take them to a town where they can spend the night. Goku farts it up and stinks up a storm and, you know, blames it on the gases that are outside, but it was a little comical moment. But we get to see here this kind of demon town, and I really love the aesthetic here. It's just very different and kind of glowy. The colors are unique, and I really like the polish of it. So they go to get a hotel room. The little demon host guy is trying to overcharge them. Glorio threatens him, and they get their keys for the night, but first Goku needs to eat. So they go to a bar across the street, and Goku just starts downing these demon hamburgers, even asking, what is this meat? It's delicious. And Glorio's like, you don't want to know. But my man's just trying to eat, and he gets attacked by a bunch of, you know, bandits, demons, and we finally get to see Goku kind of like get the hang of his little body as he goes to town beating the crap out of everyone. And this was fun. Like, it was enjoyable. Obviously these guys aren't meant to be a threat. In fact, they were meant to just warm Goku up. Like, he even mentions, oh, like, you know, this is a nice warm up. Like, I'm finally getting used to this little body and my sense of distance again. So this was just his warm up, but I think far more powerful enemies are going to be coming in the upcoming episodes. Obviously the first few are pretty weak, but I would have really liked to see a glimpse of someone like actually, you know, threatening. We haven't really seen anyone like that yet, and King Goma doesn't seem threatening, Dagesu doesn't seem threatening, and the Tamagiri who are protecting the demon Dragon Balls, they're probably super powerful, but, you know, they don't really feel threatening either. Everybody goes to sleep to get some rest, and when they wake up, they see that their spaceship is gone. So now they are stuck in the demon world with no way of getting out, and they're gonna have to explore demon world number 3, find their spaceship, or unlock that seal that will allow them to go into universe 2. But there is, I believe, one Dragon Ball in each demon universe, so are they gonna stay here and go find that Dragon Ball before continuing? That's another big question. I'm really happy that they gave us so much lore and information in this episode. I'm really loving that about Dragon Ball Daima. I know it's not like DBZ action, but at least they're explaining things in a good, coherent manner. because that was one of my biggest gripes about Dragon Ball Super. They did not explain anything. Why does Super Saiyan Rose, why is it Rose? Why does it have pink hair? Why does he have a scythe? Why can he make clones? I like what they've done so far, tons of world building, but now it's time for some action, so I'm pumped for episode 4 and some threats and some stakes. We really need some stakes here now that we have the whole world built, so a really good start in my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, and I'll see you soon for episode 4.